There are lots of reasons to believe in a dog food brand. Great nutrition, great price, and your dogs love the taste. But what if it's also made for Caribbean dogs? No artificial colors or flavors, with an eye on the environment, so we only use paper bags. Then you will be just as happy as your dog, truly. It's true, we love dogs.
Both the Golden Retriever and the Labrador are fun-loving, friendly, and adorable. But what makes them distinct from each other? Now we have Saleem Lazarus and Saleem Mahfood to share with us. Let's go. Alright, thank you both gentlemen for attending this interview to help us to differentiate the difference between the Golden Retriever and the Labrador Retriever. Now, Saleem, both are Saleems. So, Saleem, how long have you been breeding dogs?
From a child my parents had dogs. I've gotten into them and I've really loved the Labradors from my childhood days.
Okay.
I've always had Labradors. I did have a Golden Retriever maybe 5-10 years ago.
Yeah.
And both those passed on.
Okay.
And when our mutual friends, Matthew Dillion, started breeding, they had a litter out here. And both Saleem and myself decided we're going to bring the breed back to Jamaica.
A new line.
We found some good lines from a good breeder out of the States, out of Florida. And Saleem got his female first, and I got mine maybe 4 or 5 months later. Both no lines, no bloodlines to Jamaica, completely different.
So it's fresh.
Fresh.
Fresh. Alright, Saleem, you have been in breeding for 10 years or thereabout.
Give and take, yeah.
What inspired you to start?
Well, as I tell you, I'm an avid hunter,
Yes, yes.
bird shooter. I've heard about his father having dogs that retrieve birds from the bush.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Ian Banks, another uncle of mine, Peter McConnell, all these guys had Labradors. And I said, boy, I wanted to get a lab.
Yeah.
So one of my friends in the country was selling a lab. And that was my first lab I got, which was Chippy. And that was my first chocolate lab. And from then it just kind of mushroomed that I wanted to get into more labs and breeding them. And eventually I decided that I wanted to go into the Golden Retriever because I realized that the Golden Retriever was a dying breed in Jamaica. There's only very few people that had them. And there was such a demand for them. I went on a trip to New York is when I really made up my mind, and I was walking in Manhattan and saw a lady, a caregiver, carrying the dog. And I said, where you got this dog? And she said, boy, she don't know, it's her owner's one. And she explained how it was very helpful because there was a tragic death in the family and the dog became an emotional help for the child. And I said, you know what, I'm definitely getting one. I just couldn't believe how beautiful and radiant and their coats and how they were, you know, it was
majestic.
Majestic, yeah.
I realized, I saw that there are other dogs here, right?
Right.
And you have some at your house as well. There are different types that I see. You have a yellow lab.
Right.
This is a chocolate.
Right, and you have a black lab.
We have a black lab
Right.
as well. Let them look over the areas. Which one of them is your favorite, both of you? So we'll go with you first.
You know, it's hard to say. Both have their own personalities. I don't think I could differ and say which one I love more, but I have a lot of love for the Golden Retriever.
Yeah.
But I cannot rule out my love for the Labradors.
Yeah.
Labradors, I can lie down in my bed and my newspaper comes to me by my bed with the dog waiting for a pat or a treat. And sometimes I'd go outside and I'd see people at the gate saying, hey, the dog pick up the paper and run to you. I say, yeah, he's trained to do that. What? And they're like, can't believe how the dog is trained.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's amazing,
Yeah.
you know?
I do have a preference to the golden retrievers,
Yeah.
especially this one and the previous boy that I had. I had a pair, but the boy, they are both, I don't know, just loving.
Yeah.
They are jealous dogs. They'll try and get in between the other dogs to you.
You can see that now.
And don't get me wrong, the Labradors are a great family dog. They're fantastic with kids. Both breeds are very obedient, very easily trained,
Yeah.
food stimuli. There are a lot of Jamaicans that think Labradors are different. They're all the same, it doesn't matter the color. Chocolate, yellow, black, they're all the same temperament.
Yeah.
They're all the same fun-loving dogs. And both breeds are great, but I do have a preference to the Goldens.
Alright. Both breeds are similar in look. Oh, can you help the viewers to differentiate them? They're separate and apart from the colors of the Labradors. There are different colors.
Well, as you can see, the golden retriever has much more coat.
Yeah.
It's a heavier coat than the Labradors. Labradors don't come with such a heavy coat. I mean, if you look at this dog, it almost looks like a lion underneath it,
Yeah.
right? So the males are sometimes a little bit bigger than the females, in most cases, but they're both. I mean, you have golden retrievers that are darker than this. You have them whiter than this, but most golden retrievers are in a golden brown complexion like this one. Right? Now, if you look at the Labrador is a shiny, dark coat. The Labrador is a shiny, either black coat, chocolate coat, or beige coat sometimes. They even have what you call now a silver lab. In the States, where they breed silver lab, you have a red-looking lab, and then you have the yellow lab, as what I had at home. The yellow lab bred with his white lab, as well as my white lab. We differentiate sometimes between the two different parents.
Yeah. Alright. So, in terms of the lifespan, these dogs, based on research, 10 to 12 years, the maximum, they're about
Maximum 14.
14.
Yeah.
Your oldest dog, as you have, how old is he?
He is 12 years old.
12.
Yeah, he's on borderline. This is Chippy. He's a chocolate Labrador. He's about 12 years old. He's pretty old, but he is really my foundation. I started with him. A lot of Labradors suffer from hip dysplasia. They suffer from a lot of, sometimes they can suffer from some hip problems.
Yeah. With these dogs, Labradors and Golden Retrievers, they have health issues, most of them. They have cancer, heart disease. Have you have any challenges with your dogs in terms of that? And obesity as well.
I have one dog that is obese right now.
Mhm.
She's actually 13 or 14. So they do, plus she's spayed.
Spayed. Usually when they're
yeah.
spayed,
So,
they put on weight.
Yeah.
She was spayed about 5 years ago,
Uh-huh.
and she started putting on the weight. She's gotten lazy, which all dogs do as they get older.
Mhm.
I did have a dog that I had just had to put down maybe a month ago to cancer.
Yeah.
He was riddled, and he was 14.
But it is the health concerns or issues really comes when they're getting older.
As they get older, you see them
Uh-huh.
old age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Dog is 7 years to our one.
yeah, but
Dog at 14 years old is 98 years old.
yeah. It's how you carry your dog too, you know, and Saleem and myself, and others too. You give them a good food, well-balanced protein diet. There are some good brands out there, and that's one aspect. Constantly grooming, deworming, heart guard, neck guard, which prevents ticks and fleas. All these things are important
Yeah.
for your dog to keep a healthy lifestyle of the dog.
Yeah. You touch on nutrition. Well, what are some of the things that you feed them?
Basically with me, my dogs, most of them are hunting dogs, so you want to keep away meat from them so that when they go to the bush and pick up the bird, they're not going to eat it.
Yeah.
So there's a certain training that's involved, like it is suggested that up to 8 months from the puppy is born, you give it no meat. So you just give it a pellet food. After that, they say that you can introduce meat to them, but once they're trained to pick up the bird, they understand that they're getting a treat for picking up the bird. So whenever my dog sees me take out my gun, he starts to go excited and ape because he knows it's fun time. He's going to be playing, he's going to be going in the bush picking up birds. I'm going to take out a treat out of my pocket and give him. I'm going to pat him. So they go crazy with that. And they love that. Labradors,
That's what they're
bred for. They're good water dogs. So some of the birds I shoot might drop in the sea or drop in a river or a lake or a pond. They will go into the water and retrieve it and bring it back.
You know, good thing you have mentioned retrieve, because a lot of persons don't know that that's how they really get their names.
Right.
Golden Retriever and Labrador Retriever.
Right.
Retrieve. You know?
Right.
So, but I want to ask as well, you'd have touched on grooming. They shed a lot.
They do.
So how often do you groom them?
As much time as you have,
Yeah.
they will take that love. They will, as you bring a brush out, they are standing waiting.
Really?
So if you have 24/7, they will stand 24/7 for you. Good. And I'm sure it's like all other dog lovers, other breeders.
Yeah.
A dog just loves the grooming. They just love the attention.
Alright. So Saleem, you have some puppies now, right? In terms of your selection of who you sell pups to, is there a specific process that you go?
Well, look here. You see with Labradors and Golden Retrievers, you don't really want to sell these dogs to anybody.
Yeah.
I will tell you that. I've had people that come to purchase a Labrador, and when they come with the money and they're saying, great, good. So I built a kennel and I have a chain and I'm going to tie it to him. And I just say, hey, here's back your money. Sorry, this is the wrong type of dog you're looking. You're either looking for a German Shepherd or a pit bull or something like that. These dogs don't respond to that type of treatment. They're family dogs. They enjoy being in the house. They enjoy being with children. They are excellent for people that are suffering from depression, whatever. Dogs, just picture that every day you come home, these dogs are waiting for you to jump on you, to hug you, to kiss you. Sometimes you even get tired of them doing it because they're so much in love with you.
Yeah.
But when you talk about a Golden Retriever and a Labrador, these dogs are used internationally. Do you know that you have Labradors that detect when somebody is going to have epilepsy and warns them? Do you know that you have Labradors that are trained to detect where the cancer is in somebody and they smell it? Do you know that these dogs find drugs, find guns? So what I'm trying to say is that they're intelligent family. Intelligent family. So basically, selling my dog is for somebody that loves dogs and is passionate about loving and caring a dog.
Yeah.
This dog is not to be treated any way.
Saleem, in terms of, these dogs are high energy dogs, right? In terms of physical activity, and how do you manage them being high energy?
They will pick up a coconut and bring to me. I'll throw it for them. I have toys. I have a ball thrower. Sometimes I have to do them separately.
Yeah.
Because they're all running for the same object. Sometimes there are fights. Just the love to please their owner. Or anyone. My son could pick up a ball and throw and they're going for it. So I have to sometimes lock up some and play with some.
Yeah. All right.
They do want to run. And I do see the difference when you play or run them. At night they'll sleep sound. You don't play them, they are going to find something to do at night.
Yeah.
Whether it's barking or playing with each other and keeping the neighborhood.
Alright. So no, both Saleems will introduce their dogs, but some of their dogs to us. Let's go.
Hi, how you guys doing? This is my Golden Retriever. Her name is Moon. She is imported. It's a Golden Retriever that they have them in Jamaica, but she's here now with me and I'm breeding her. This is Jessie. She just had pups. She's a chocolate Labrador. And that is Ellie, the mother of Jessie, and she is also a chocolate Labrador. Ellie's trained to retrieve in the bush. Stay. Fetch. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Ellie, she's a trained Labrador on command. So I'm basically gonna put down food and I'll indicate to her when to eat. Stay, stay, stay. Eat. These are the pups of Jessie. They're about 2.5 weeks old. One is a chocolate lab and one is a black Labrador. Beautiful dogs.
This is our golden retriever. His name is Monty, and I imported him from Florida. Good boy. This is another locally bred dog between my female Sia and a friend of mine's black lab. His name is Jasper. This is our chocolate Labrador. She was locally bred out of Montego Bay. Her name is Sia. Good girl, Sia. Good girl. Good girl. This is our yellow Labrador, Kobe, going for his coconut. He is actually, his parents are actually out of England. I got him from Setal Kennels. He's best in class and best in show at JKC, and his name is Kobe.
As we close another show, we'd like to thank our sponsors, True Pet Food. And to keep supporting our channel, remember, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like, comment and share as well. Follow us on all social media platforms at Purebred Dogs JA. Thank you.